Welcome to today's video. It's looking at how we can make something complicated like this tiger very easily and draw it easily. It may look like something that's quite complex to draw, but what we can do is break it down into little bite-sized sections and put it all together to make a more complicated picture. So that's what we're going to do, and I'm doing this on a computer program today, so it's more convenient. So what we need to do first is I'm going to bring the level of the image down. Now we can see what the image is. I'm going to bring that down a lot so that we can see the drawing that we're going to be doing. I'm going to make sure that I'm on the drawing section of the layers, and this is not a video for telling you how to use the program. It's about the drawing itself. So very complex set of images, but let's see if we can find some basic shapes. For example, there we've got that's its mouth, and then the rest of its head again is a big circle. And you can continue on like that, especially with these kind of animals. Its front end of its, from its neck to its back, again. That's a circle. And its back end of its back, and that imaginarily will go like that. Simply, with the legs, you could always do what we've just done with the rest of the body and create oval shapes like that. Obviously I'm tracing over these, but you can still do that same process with a normal drawing. Just look for basic shapes like that you're confident about drawing. And one more to do. I'll just represent that like that. The only other thing to really do now in that sense is start connecting things up. But what I'll do now is show you what the drawing looks like without the reference image in it. There you go. It just looks like a set of abstract squiggly shapes. So let's go back to the artwork with the tiger picture in it. Let's just get rid of some of these lines so that we're not confusing ourselves. I'm going to get rid of a little bit of that there, because you're not going to see that in real terms. There you go. That's one shape. Most of that is all one shape as well. There you go. You won't see those connections there. now let's see whether that actually starts to look like the thing that we're trying to draw. I'll switch the photo off. And we're starting to get something that might look like what we're trying to draw. Now we can start getting the details into the drawing. So one thing that stands out straight away for me is that. But I'm just going to put a little triangle there. That's there. I'm gonna and almost like a triangle there. This will be a very basic drawing because we're just trying to make a representation here. Now if you look at this area here, it's the eyes on this particular animal are about halfway there and there, so that's a good place to place them, and then it curves round like that. So we'll get the first eye in, and that's a line there and a bit of a curve there, and the other eyes a line up and another curve, although that you do see that there, don't you? You come down here and its nose is there, so we're going to put an emphasis there. I won't be doing all the stripes and everything. I mean, they are details that you can add at a later stage. So we've got that there, and it comes out and it goes like that. So that will be strong there. That doesn't have to be particularly strong. In fact, that actually can be rubbed out. What I would do is emphasize a line that goes up there, and then that actually connects onto the leg. So let's get some a bit of rubbing out done. That will be rubbed out. We don't need that anymore because that's kind of, and we don't need that either because they were just guidelines. Take that away. We'll go back to the brush again. Make that a nice strong line. The things in the foreground are going to be quite strong in the line, like that. Whereas these more background legs are less well defined, and the back of the back there, that's less well defined until you start coming to here, where the leg takes over and you get more definition. But we're not far off completion. I mean, if you did want to put some stripes in, I'll put some stripes in just because they are. It is a stripy animal, but like that. No real need at this level to put those stripes in. They're details that you would add at a later stage. And let's just have a look at that now without the picture. And you've got a basis there now for going on to do a painting or a rendered drawing or whatever you want to produce in a manner that looks like the actual thing itself. And that didn't take too long, or it weren't using very complicated systems. So here's the same thing, but with a pencil sketch, obviously. So I really hope that you're able to have a go at this, and obviously you can do it with a pencil and paper. I've used a computer program to do this, and have a go, because it's a good way of creating complicated drawings with simple shapes. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you again in another video. Bye. Once you have this basic form in place by doing all these different basic shapes, it's then time to start rendering the image and flesh out some of the detail and tonal values and everything that goes together to finish the actual picture off.